Thing one tonight, Donald Trump is no fan of the rat race. Instead of waking up and going to work every morning like a square, Axios reported last month that Trump spent around 60% of his scheduled time over a 3-month period in unstructured, quote, executive time. This is where he watches Trump TV, makes phone calls, and of course tweets and tweets and tweets. In a 12-hour period this Sunday alone, Trump sent out 29 different tweets, although glass houses and stones. The president embracing embattled Trump TV host suspended for vile bigotry against Muslims just a day after someone slaughtered 50 of them in mosques. He attacked John McCain, complained about Saturday Night Live, which incidentally had been a rerun. I mean, come on. Trump insists his time management is extremely presidential. Quote, when the term executive time is used, I am generally working, not relaxing. Which is true. He's definitely not relaxing. In fact, I probably work more hours than almost any past president. And his adult son couldn't agree more.
He is truly one of the hardest working people in the world.
He just does not like the normal things to do list.
Yes, I've never walked into the Oval Office where I didn't see 30 people in the office, whether it be generals or whether it be economists or whether it be special guests or foreign leaders. I mean, the guy is the hardest working person there is.
You just walk in that Oval Office, it's just generals and economists like Grand Central. Turns out Trump isn't the only member of his administration who likes an unstructured work environment. There's also the guy Trump described like this.
He said that he's pathological and that he's got basically pathological disease. I don't want a person that's got pathological disease. I don't want it. So he's a pathological, damaged, temper, a problem.
That pathological member of Trump's cabinet is thing two in just 60 seconds. Donald Trump's choice of Ben Carson to lead the Department of Housing and Urban Development was, well, shall we say, unconventional. The former world-renowned and much celebrated neurosurgeon initially turned down the job because, in the words of his business manager, Armstrong Williams, Dr. Carson feels he has no government experience. He's never run a federal agency. Fact check, true. But then Carson ultimately took the job anyway. It hasn't gone great. He defended buying a $31,000 dining set for his office by blaming his wife. His signature HUD initiative has gone absolutely nowhere. He even complained that, quote, there are more complexities at HUD than in brain surgery. So you'd think he'd be working really hard, right? Well, new NBC News report shows that in 2017, Carson only met with senior staff once a week, only worked a full Friday about half the time, and often cut out early to fly down to his $4.3 million Florida mansion for the weekend. Just last week, Carson proposed another round of cuts to his agency, which provides affordable housing to low-income Americans. No word on whether this time around he knows what exactly he's trying to cut.
How much from housing vouchers, Mr. Carson?
Rather than go through a quiz on all the numbers.
It's not a quiz, Mr. Carson. I have the time to ask you questions about things that you should have some knowledge of.
I don't want to open the book and look at the numbers.
I see. So you choose not to say how much you're cutting from housing vouchers, or how much you're cutting from community block grants, Mr. Carson.
I want to talk about...
Mr. Carson, you don't get to talk about what you want to today. You get to talk about what I want you to talk about.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.